You are listening to a brand. If it's hamburgers, it's McDonald's. If it's cell phones, it's Apple. And if it's investing, it's Everything Money. All right. Lots of things going on this morning. GE has been added to the disruption bell. GE is now disruptive. And if you can't figure out why, I don't know how to tell you. I cannot explain this type of disruption to you. This is just something that I cannot communicate. So, yep. Okay, let's see what we got today. Futures are down a tick. Well, at least on the Dow. The S&P's up a tick. NASDAQ's up as usual because tech just keeps on going. So let's see what we have here today. American Airline. So, by the way, I'm going to leave here at 9:25 today. We are doing an interview with Jerry Parker, who was the most successful turtle trader. And if you have not read the book, The Complete Turtle Trader by Michael Covel, they talk about Jerry Parker in there, and Jerry runs a large fund. Well, he runs a large fund called Chesapeake, and it's all about trend trading. And that's I'm super pumped for that interview, but I got to get out of here at about 9:25 to do that. Additionally, I will not be here on Friday. Every other Friday for the rest of the high school year, I'm going to local high schools on Friday mornings and teaching kids about investing and credit cards and everything that they won't teach you in school and that you should learn in school, instead of learning about trigonometry. I will go and teach that on every other Friday. So this is the first Friday that I will do that. So I'm sorry for all of your losses. American Airlines flies 40,000 passengers to the United States and prepares for more as the border opens. This is crazy. American Airlines welcomed 150 international flights on Monday as the U.S. opened their borders. We are seeing fantastic demand, 40,000 customers coming inbound to the United States today. There are families and grandparents that haven't seen each other for a long time, business people that really want to go and connect with their customers all over the place. So let's see here. What else do we have? Bookings jumped 60% from the United Kingdom. Also, Latin America and Europe are key to Americans' international recovery. We saw a booking increase immediately overnight by about 60% from the UK, 70% from South America. It's just crazy. Delta Airline said that they expect by the year's end to be roughly 75% of business. And then I do believe I read in another article they expect to be fully back to normal mid-2022. 50% of United's revenue was business travel, so that's going to start coming back. I know they have the big international part, and everybody said mid-2022 is going to be the time. So let's see here. High school kids need it. Yeah, it's true. I'm so sick of these teachers that just, well, it's the government and the curriculum that keeps shoving down their throat this nonsense that they learn in school, and then when they get in the real world, they go and get $4 billion in credit card debt because they don't understand that 29% interest comes with that credit card. The Fed says that China's real estate troubles could spill over to the United States. Interesting story here. We've been talking about this one for a while, but the U.S. Federal Reserve, so yesterday, the Fed put out its financial stability report. It does that twice a year. And the Fed warned in this financial stability report that the potential spillover from China's real estate troubles could affect the United States financial system. Not so much in the real estate realm. Let's see. Stresses in China in the real estate sector could strain the Chinese financial system with possible spillovers to the U.S., the Fed reported. The nexus of the Fed's concern is that China real estate activity is slowing, but the developers have large debts and blah, 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 blah. There's a part down here where, yep, this is the one. These wide-reaching links mean the slowdown in China's housing market could ultimately lead to unemployment, a drop in Chinese stocks and deflation, which could spread to the global trade channels, and China cut its purchases from the other countries. Not only that, if unemployment goes up, there's even less people to make goods from an already bottlenecked supply chain, and the snowball just keeps on continuing down the road, and it just keeps getting filled with a bunch of pee and probably poop. So that is what is happening over there. So we'll see what happens with that. GE, if you don't understand disruption, you don't understand this. Just wait until GE makes an electric car. GE EV. This thing is going to the moon. GE plans to split into 3 publicly traded companies. The company plans to spin off its GE Healthcare, so they make a lot of MRI machines and such. GE, and they're going to retain 19.9% stake in that. They're going to be GE Renewable Energy, GE Power, and GE Digital Business. After the splits, GE said that it will remain in an aviation-focused company. The current CEO, Larry Culp, will be a non-executive chairman to the GE Healthcare system, and that's it. So go GE. And by the way, on a more serious note, I don't think they're disruptive. Anyways, go and look at those guys for a day trade today. I think it's very important. I think you'll be able to squeeze a couple bucks out of that thing in a good way. All right, Wall Street is starting to get antsier about inflation, but the Fed is not. So here's the takeaway that I took from this. The Fed is also the same one that said they wouldn't define transitory inflation until about last Wednesday. Now, with that said, everybody else was saying exactly what transitory inflation was going to be, is that it wasn't going to be any kind of short-term inflation. So the fact that we have everybody else getting antsy about inflation and the Fed not tells me that everybody's a little bit ahead of the curve, because we're seeing that. October jobs data, which blew the doors off the figurative barn. Did it really, though? 521,000 jobs created. We were supposed to create 1 million jobs in April of 2021. Still evidence that evidence is growing that investors are getting really what the hell is that word? Restive? Okay. About I've heard it put other ways about the central bank's ability to contain inflation. Obviously, the way that they're going to have to contain inflation is going to be raising the interest rates. So we're going to have to see how they're going to balance this. They've already started to cut the quantitative easing by $15 billion a month. They're going to taper that back from $120 billion a month. This is another one. I show you guys the yields every day, and they have been whipping back and forth. I mean, I think we've cut 15 bips off of, and bips is basis points, off of since last week, which is kind of crazy. Bond yields have also been whippy, telegraphing the market's confusion about where things are headed. So let's see here. Goldman Sachs says that they see the Fed moving sooner rather than later. Over the weekend, Goldman Sachs warned the imbalance between supply and demand will drag on longer than expected, and inflation will overshoot before it gets better. Subsequently, we expect a funds rate hike every 6 months, a relatively gradual pace that assumes normalization and good prices. I don't really know how they're going to be able to do this with inflation. I mean, at some point, I think we're going to hit stagflation. If they keep going down the wrong path like this, and stagflation, yeah, that's not good. We haven't seen that since the 70s. Smash the like button for me, guys. That would be great. Okay, Fed. There's another thing that came out in their financial stability report. Fed says that the meme stocks pose a risk to financial stability. They said that market volatility linked to a new surge of investors who share tips on social media and invest in meme stocks could be a risk to the financial system, according to the central bank. The size of the group makes it important for regulators to monitor. This is a great part right here. More frequent episodes of higher volatility may require further steps to ensure the resilience of the system, aka more regulation. What do you do when you regulate? You add more. This is another one. So I know this can happen to anybody. It's not exclusive to Robinhood. We've seen other banks be hacked and whatnot, but it does make you chuckle a little bit if it's Robinhood. Robinhood hack exposes millions of customer names and email addresses. So an intruder gained access to the system last week and made off with personal information of millions of users. Now, the good thing is they only got email addresses and names, but there were 300 people where they got a lot more information from those 300 people. So no social security numbers, bank account numbers, debit card numbers were exposed, but those 300 people exposed a little bit more. And this just goes in, I mean, they've been in trouble for a while. They've done a lot of bad things. They have not put the emphasis on security. Listen, they had to pay a $30 million fine at some point because they weren't doing enough for security. So, all right, last story. I had to do it on here because it was beautiful and very animated. Thanksgiving is canceled. Just kidding. Thanksgiving staples may be harder to find this year due to supply chain issues. Turkeys are low in stock, so go get your turkeys. You got 3 weeks. Cranberry sauce. It's pretty much the only reason I go to Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving food is cranberry sauce. But if you put too much sugar in it, don't like it. Yams and sweet potatoes, plain. Don't put anything on top of them. Boxes of stuffing. Just use bread. Higher in stock, but higher than last year. Okay, that's good. Refrigerated pies. Okay, those are low. Aluminum foil is low-ish. Maybe go to Costco. What else do we have here? Well, that's about it. All right. I was just doing my public service announcement to the public. I love you guys, so I have to do my PSA. All right, guys. What is the market doing? Still the same. Here's what I was talking about. So we were at 1.6%. Even going into last month, I think we were at 1.65% at some point. Well, I don't need to do that. And now yesterday we were at 1.45. So there is not a consensus on where things are going. Today, after the bell, reports NEO. Palantir reported before the bell. So Palantir's down 3.5%. Hype dorks, does this mean that we were right? Because it's down 3.5%? Because if it was up 3.5%, we would be wrong. So I think this goes two ways. Can you just admit that we were right? Just like you would just go after us when we're wrong about 3.5%? Or does it not work that way? I don't know. Ocugen reported this morning. I don't know what they reported. Workhorse, tomorrow, Disney, SoFi, Tattooed Chef, another big morning for you. I mean, day for you. And then Lordstown. Lordstown is totally irrelevant anymore, aren't they? All right, guys, here we go. If you want to join our software and be part of the community, $29 a month gets you complete access to that. $29 a month gets you access to that. And of course, the community of 7,000 people. If you want to join the Bid and Ask Nation, which is going to be trading, what I'm going to be doing here, $79 a month gives you access to all of my training videos in the Trading 101 series, all of my monthly seminars. Pretty much anything that I've ever done, you have access to. So there's a massive backlog of information that you can access to on YouTube. And you get into the Bid and Ask Nation, which is a more exclusive portion of the Discord, $79 a month. If you want to join Paul's Super Shorts, there's about 40 people in there, $500 a month, even more exclusive. If you want to do a one-on-one trading session with me, I actually have one tomorrow, which I'm pretty excited. I think it's Jacob. I can't remember. I was just looking at my calendar yesterday. $750 a month gets you access to that 1 hour session with me, talk about whatever you want. And if you want to do a real estate deal with Paul, don't end up like Evergrande. $10,000, 4 hours of his time gets you that. Get out of here. Let's go to here. Give me some stocks. We'll run through them. I want a stimulus check. Same. Palantir is transitory. True. Thanksgiving food is the best. All right. More for you. Let's see here. Tyler. I have not seen you in here before, so I will do naked, but I do not like when people just keep messaging me over and over and over. Wow, this is epic. Whoa. So they've tried this multiple times. They were nothing, nothing, nothing. Amazing company. Oh, amazing company. Oh, amazing company. What does this company do to get to $1,200? They had to have split. All right. You got to bump up today. If you're in this and you jumped up here to 90 cents, guy, I don't know what to tell you. Just go and take profits. Next, let's talk about Workhorse, baby. I will do Intel because rumor has it, I cut out yesterday. Let's see here. So with them, I would try to swing trade this up to the 200 or to the $55. Now, with that being said, you're going to need a ton of volume to get through these moving averages up to this level. You're going to need a lot. And you're kind of getting towards the end of this trade here, so yikes. PayPal is getting beat up. So PayPal got smoked this morning. Usership is down. I guess Venmo did, however, strike some sort of deal with Amazon, so that's good. I'm sure it's going to be a Venmo pay checkout button on Amazon's website. I'm assuming. Guys, smash the like button. Let's get this to 200 or 250 before the end. Remember, I have to leave at 9:25. We're doing the interview with Jerry Parker. 9:25. Anyways, if you are in this short, good job. Great job. Now, with that being said, I would probably take profits here because it's going to gap down, and I do think it'll spike up just a little bit. This is an overreaction. With that being said, is it warranted? Yes, in regards to the stock being overpriced. Is it warranted in regards to the stock getting hammered like Peloton was the last couple days? No, but yes, it is. Let's see here. ATVI. I've been asked about that one multiple times. So with ATVI, what I would do, I would wait until this thing gets popped up and starts moving towards the sweet spot on the daily chart. That's what I would do. Now, what are you going to need to make sure that happens? Volume. You still have selling volume. Let's wait until we get some buying volume come in here. Get some green volume bars. I don't think you're going to see anything change from over here at this aspect. If you want to throw a tracker share on, buy one share for $67. You can do that, but yes. Okay, Nike. Aha. So Nike. All right, Nike. The issue with Nike was it was reaching these all-time highs. And I said on Thursday, and Thursday was this one right here, right? November 4th. Yes. I said on Thursday, you need to make an engulfing candlestick on Friday. And on Friday, you made that engulfing candlestick, and then you started to pull back in price. So this is where it's so hard going out to break out to all-time highs when your volume is just barely average. And I do think that Nike's now going to start coming back down. I think this is going to roll over. This is going to follow this, which is already starting to come down. So the Nike trade is over. I think I said put a stop somewhere in this. I think I said put a stop at 172, whatever it was. But it is what it is. What do I think of Qualcomm? Let's do Qualcomm. QCOM. Somebody asked a question here. Where was it? Theo, any tips on how to learn to trade for a student with little money? Well, you know what? Join the Bid and Ask Nation. Listen, It's 79 bucks a month, but I'm telling you right now, people are like, oh, you should invest that. You do whatever you want with your money. It's your money. But I'm telling you, we're an educational platform. I am teaching you to do something that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. It's $79 a month. Join us, learn the process. Eventually, you're not going to have a little bit of money. Eventually, you're going to have a lot of money. And when you have a lot of money, you're going to say, oh, damn, now what do I do? Instead of learning at that point when you have a ton of money and you're overwhelmed and you don't know what to do, why don't you learn now? So as you build, you just keep growing and growing and growing. That's just what I think. But what do I know? Qualcomm. All right, so I do think that Qualcomm is going to stall out here. You're at these all-time highs. I think you're going to eventually turn down. This is a complete flagpole pattern, and you can already see. Let's zoom in here and just show you guys. You can already see, even the day that they gapped up, no consensus on price. Yesterday, or Friday, pullback on price. Yesterday, came up here, came down. They were all over the place. This thing is eventually going to come back down. This was a total overreaction, and that is what that was. Prison Mike. You know what's funny? Every time I say that was a total overreaction, I think of when Andy Bernard punched a hole in the wall and he goes, that was an overreaction. I'm going to the kitchen. Anybody need anything? AMD. All right. AMD. So AMD is hitting all-time highs. Is this a flagpole pattern? Because it sure looks like one. Why don't we just pull up a line? Oh, a nice little W was created. So I do think that this will, more likely than not, pull back to 136. And if you look over here, we're already starting to get the daily coming down. So the daily trend is coming down. The weekly trend follows the daily, of course. So I can see this thing coming back down to 136. And that's what I think of that. So I wouldn't get too excited. If you're in this, please use, take some profits, use some stops, etc. But yes, all right. Meta platforms. December 1st, I think they changed to Meta. But for now, sadly, it's still FB. So Facebook. Facebook is bouncing all over the place, and we're kind of settling down and making this consolidation. So, and you can see that we're getting a declining volume. So right now, I'm just leaving Facebook. I'm not going to do anything with Facebook. I wouldn't go long on it because you don't have a lot of room to run up here without volume. I wouldn't go short on it because, you're not short yet. And over here, I would wait for some kind of consensus of what happens. I personally am just going to leave Facebook alone, put it on the back burner, and not touch it, and that's what's going to happen. AMC reported earnings this morning, did they not? AMC is back, baby. Back. All right. Oh, pre-market, they're down? Shucks. All right, so, guys, my stance has never changed on AMC. As far when all these hype dorks are in something, day trade only. That's all you got to do. Netflix. Let's see. Netflix earnings. Netflix reported earnings on October 19th. So what do we got here? All-time highs. It will probably come down into the 630, 635, 640 area and just kind of consolidate there. You can see that after earnings happened, it shot up, big earnings, and then the volume has just completely gone away. So yeah, I would just be careful with that one, guys. Just follow the trend on this one. It's very important to follow the trend. Buying it today. Theo, welcome. Can't wait to have you, man. When you get the Trader Mo bot DM to you as soon as you jump into the Discord, go through that. I know it's a lot of information, but every single piece of information that you need will be in that area. Best Buy. Holy monkey. All right, let's see here. All right, so Best Buy was creating very nice W's going up, and then it kind of stopped. So I can foresee, if I'm you, hold on a second. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Okay, so this is all-time highs. If I'm you, I'm taking profits around these levels because I can foresee this thing coming back down to 122. The only thing they have going for them at this point, they have good volume, and it's Christmas season. So if they have supplies, they'll be all right. But, okay, Hood. Miri, you got it. All right. Well, you know what I think about this. Day trade it. That's all I got to tell you here. I don't have anything. What do we have here? July 29th. I don't have enough of a chart to go off of. So, Miri, go and day trade this. That's the only thing that I would tell you to do with this. Be BNTX. Let's see what we got with BNTX. So BNTX, be aware, November 9th earnings, that is today. So I'm assuming they report after the bell since the market opens in just a few minutes. Let's see here. So you're getting a little bump based on whatever. There's a little gap to fill. So here's what I would tell you to do here. Let earnings happen. Don't touch it. Let this stochastic turn up. That's what you need. And if you want to short this thing, be very, very sure that this breaks below the 200-day moving average and stays below the 200-day moving average. So that is that. All right, next. VV. Visa. All right. This is looking, okay, I would ignore this over here for right now unless you want to throw a tracker share. What I would do over here, wait till this gets into the sweet spot and boom, go for it. Now be careful. Tomorrow, is it tomorrow? They pay a dividend tomorrow. So they're taking cash out of the business. So there's more likely than not going to be some kind of turn on price when they do that. So just be aware. I'm not telling you it's going to happen, but more often than not, you do get a little bit of a pullback on stock price when you have a dividend be paid. So, okay, you have no support in here on Tupperware. Your next support is down here at about 14 bucks just above. So if you get an engulfing candlestick today or tomorrow, absolutely short this thing. This is a wonderful short. Somebody in the Bid and Ask Nation, please tag me and say Tupperware short. That would be a great looking short if we can get that thing going. Roku. Roku disrupts everything. Roku is more disruptive than GE. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but there's this thing that you can do on your TV where you can actually like magic happens. You stream it. It goes to your television, and Roku gives you that capability. Nobody else gives you that capability, so they're disruptive. As far as this, though, we're sitting at a resistance point, these lines I drew. So if you can get an engulfing candlestick and break down, you're getting a ton of selling volume. I love it. You can go ahead and short this thing. So, all right, I'll do one more stock, and then I got to get out of here. NVIDIA, I will do that one because everybody's talking about it. Jesus, this is stupid. This is as dumb of a reaction as Peloton is. So they create a little W, but besides that, I mean, you're coming back down here to the 250s. I'm telling you. As soon as something happens, when do they report earnings? November 11th. Beware. Beware. That's all I got to tell you about that one. Take your profits at some point before Thursday, and you'll be all right. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. Jerry Parker interview today. We are doing a live stream to everybody at 2 p.m. today. Nope, that's not true. We don't do those anymore. Canceled, canceled, canceled. We're recording a lot of videos today. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 23 and a half hours, right here, same time, same place. Go make disruption on the 15-minute chart.